CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Well, there is plenty of other legislative business to complete, and one of the pieces, as Stephanie mentioned, is that new provincial holiday. And the province wants to hear from you. What day is good for you next February to launch Family Day in British Columbia? MLAs were panning for gold with families this afternoon at the Royal BC Museum. The province wants to know which Monday in February you would like that statutory holiday to fall on when Family Day comes to the province. It's consulting with the public first before finalizing on the date. The toss-up is between the third Monday in February. That's when 5 other Canadian provinces celebrate their Family Day, or the second Monday, so that British Columbians can enjoy tourist attractions throughout the province without other long weekend traffic. The province says before it chooses a date, it will consider all potential economic and social benefits.
There's pluses and minuses to both the second and third Monday in February, depending on your perspective. Certainly some of the folks in the ski industry and the hospitality business have said better to get it away from the real rush period. We can offer more specials, perhaps 50% off for family ski day in BC, that sort of thing. Conversely, if you have it, align it with American President's Day weekend, the Alberta Day holiday, perhaps easier for business to do business cross-border.
The consultation process ends on May 22nd. If you'd like to share your thoughts, you can go to the province's website, vote on which Family Day you'd prefer. The address is on your screen. Well, BC Transit has given the green light to go ahead with plans for another study, a $250,000 study to improve some of Greater Victoria's troubled commuter corridors. The Victoria Regional Transit Commission has identified the top 5 corridor priorities and is looking to improve bus services along those routes. They include Douglas Street all the way from Belleville to Saanich Road, Mackenzie Avenue and Highway 17. BC Transit says the improvements could include priority bus lights as well as bus-only lanes and bus pullouts, which would help to ease rider congestion.
One of our problems now is our buses are oftentimes stuck in the gridlock, and we feel that there may be, we've discussed some of the options. Some of them are ones that you might consider bus-only lanes. Some might require pullouts. There's obviously, we're already into synchronizing stoplights. There's a way we feel, and staff feels, to deal with the amount of traffic that is existing on these corridors, move them more efficiently, and in effect have much more capacity because of it.
No indication yet of the final cost of these road improvements to improve transit service. BC Transit says it doesn't own the roads, so it'll have to coordinate with the municipalities to come up with a plan. RCMP from the Lower Mainland have arrived in the Capital Region today to assist Saanich Police in the investigation of an alleged methamphetamine lab. Investigators from Vancouver's clandestine laboratory team, along with hazmat crews, were on the scene at Casa Mercia today. As they swept the home and yard, police kept a close watch on the house overnight until the Vancouver lab team arrived. Police say the team is helping them to identify exactly what substances were being used in the home and the dangers that presented. Officers believe a shed in the backyard is where most of the products were being stored.
We're dealing with several different types of hazards, let alone the explosive nature of some of these chemicals, if they're inadvertently spilled or mixed. We're also dealing with hazards with regards to fumes and oxygen levels, especially in the confined spaces. I'm told by investigators that the chemicals that they found have been largely outside the residence, inside a shed at the rear of the house. So that has the benefit of just being in the open environment, which is a safer environment. We are still treating this as a risk to the community and a risk to our officers, which is why you see the experts suited up.
Police say the resident of the home, 32-year-old Joel Toves, was released on a telebail hearing and then remanded in custody this afternoon. He is due to appear in court tomorrow. Victoria Police are looking for your help tonight as they try to locate a man who was last seen nearly 3 weeks ago. Police would like to know if you have seen 32-year-old Daniel Ganza. His family says they're becoming increasingly concerned about his well-being. Officers would like you to take a good look at his picture. Investigators would like to talk to anyone who may have seen or heard from Ganza since he disappeared. He was last seen April 27th, leaving a friend's home in the evening in the Fernwood neighborhood in Victoria. Gans is 6 feet tall, has a slender build, short blonde hair and green eyes. He enjoys hiking in East Sooke Park, Mount Doug and Mount Finlayson. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Victoria Police. Part of Pacific Rim National Park has been closed over fears that dormant bombs from the Second World War are still buried in the sand. You may remember in February, crews from 19 Wing Comox destroyed a mortar round near Long Beach. The unexploded ordnance had been discovered by a Parks Canada volunteer working on restoration of the sand dune ecosystem. Those sand dunes were used for military training during the Second World War, and there are fears tonight that there are more unexploded rounds buried there, posing a serious risk to park users. The victim of a workplace accident in Victoria has now been identified as 35-year-old James Tremaine. Tremaine was originally from Nanaimo and had worked at Steel Pacific Recycling in Victoria for the past few years. Tremaine was killed on Saturday after being caught in a conveyor belt on a joint product separator. That's heavy equipment used to break down scrap vehicles and separate metal from other materials. Developers will soon break ground on a large wind farm on northern Vancouver Island. All of the necessary permits have now been issued for the Cape Scott wind farm. It'll be built near Port Hardy, and when it's complete, it will have 55 wind turbines capable of producing up to 110 megawatts of electricity, enough to power 30,000 homes. The wind farm will pump an estimated $80 million into the local economy, creating 200 jobs during construction and as many as 10 permanent positions after that.